Hey everyone and welcome. Today we're diving deep into the crime thriller Bhagwat Chapter 1, and let me tell you, this is one of those films that's so much scarier because it's ripped straight from a horrifying true story. We're going to explore how a seemingly perfect romance can be the perfect camouflage for an absolute monster.
So let's just jump right in. The whole story really boils down to this one question. How does this happen? It all kicks off not with a murder, but with a disappearance. A woman just vanishes. And pretty soon, thanks to politics and the media, the whole city is in a total panic.
Okay, so the year is 2009, and a 28-year-old woman named Poonam Mishra is gone. At first, the local cops just shrug it off. She's unmarried, she took her valuables. They figure, hey, she probably just eloped. Case closed, right? Well, not so fast. Local politicians get involved, it becomes this huge public mess, and the case gets kicked upstairs to a very different kind of cop.
And that cop is ACP Vishwas Bhagwat. This guy's basically been put in a timeout, transferred to this quiet town because his methods are, well, they're aggressive. But for Bhagwat, this is deeply personal. He's haunted by the memory of his own younger sister, who vanished without a trace years ago. So for him, every single missing person case is a chance maybe to find her.
Now here's where the storytelling gets really clever. The whole thing unfolds along two completely separate tracks at the same time. On one, you've got this gritty, boots-on-the-ground police investigation. And on the other, a beautiful, picture-perfect romance is just starting to take shape.
So back with the police, Bhagwat immediately throws that easy elopement theory right out the window. He's convinced there's something much darker going on. He pulls Poonam's call history, and that's when he finds it, his first real clue. One single, mysterious number that she called for hours every single night.
Meanwhile, over in the city of Benares, it's a totally different world. This incredibly charming guy named Samir has one of those classic meet-cutes with a shy young woman named Mira. And just like that, what looks like a storybook romance begins.
But back in the investigation, that phone number, it doesn't lead to a secret lover. It leads to another missing girl. And when Bhagwat pulls her records, her calls lead to another missing girl and another. Suddenly, this horrifying pattern starts to emerge. It's like a spider web of disappearances stretching all across the state.
At the very same time, Samir is working his magic on Mira, just masterfully manipulating her. He paints this picture of their perfect life together, a life he says her strict family will never ever approve of. He convinces her that their only shot at true happiness is to run away together.
The big break in the case comes down to pure, dumb luck. A tiny traffic accident, a stupid argument, and a stolen phone. But when that phone, which belonged to one of the earlier victims, is switched on for just a few seconds, it brings these two separate worlds crashing into each other.
That brief phone signal leads the police to a scooter and a photo left behind at a shop. And boom, there he is, the man who called himself Samir and Suraj and a dozen other names. His real name, Rajkumar, a respected, mild-mannered local school teacher.
And this is when his whole terrifying method is laid bare. It's so simple and so effective. He finds vulnerable women, he promises them the world, he convinces them to pack up all their valuables and run away with him. Then, at a crowded bus station, he preys on their fear of getting pregnant and offers them a single Ayurvedic pill to be safe. But it's not medicine, it's poison. During his confession, Rajkumar just calmly admits to using this exact same method to murder at least 19 women. 19! He wasn't just some con man. He was one of the most prolific serial killers the country had ever seen.
So we get to the courtroom and Rajkumar decides to act as his own lawyer. And he is brilliant. He's charming, he's manipulative, and he is systematically picking apart the prosecution's entire case. He twists every testimony, finds every loophole, and it seriously looks like he's going to walk free.
Bhagwat is desperate. He goes back over Rajkumar's arrogant confession one last time, looking for anything he missed. And one small detail stands out: Devlock Lodge, a place Rajkumar mentioned taking a victim named Mira. It's a total long shot, but it's the last thread he has to pull. So Bhagwat tracks down this lodge, and sure enough, the register shows a Rajkumar and a Mira stayed there. But when he checks the local police reports for that time, there's no body. Instead, there's a report of an unidentified woman found unconscious at the bus station, but she was alive.
He finds her. Mira is alive, now living under the name Shalu.
She only survived because of a 1 in a million medical condition that kept her from actually swallowing the pill. After a month-long coma, she somehow managed to build a brand new life. But testifying means revealing her past, destroying the family and the peace she thought so hard to find.
Bhagwat leaves Meera with photos of the other 19 victims and leaves the choice to her. It's the final day of the trial. The verdict seems like a done deal. And then, the courtroom doors swing open. It's Meera. And for the very first time, Rajkumar's cool, confident mask just shatters. You can see pure fear in his eyes.
The film wraps up with Rajkumar's conviction. But then this text comes on screen saying the legal battle dragged on for 14 years. And there's a reason for that. Because this unbelievable story, it's not entirely fiction. The character of Rajkumar was inspired by a very, very real monster.
And this, right here, is where art imitates death. Look at this comparison. The film's killer, Rajkumar, is a direct stand-in for a real serial killer named Mohan Kumar, better known as Cyanide Mohan. The parallels are they're staggering. The targets, the promise of marriage, the motive, and that chillingly specific method, a cyanide pill passed off as a contraceptive, given to the victim in a public restroom. Even the date he was finally caught is exactly the same. And you know that text at the end of the movie, the one about the 14-year legal fight? That's not just for dramatic effect. That's a direct reflection of Cyanide Mohan's real case. His journey through the justice system has been this endless maze of convictions, death sentences getting commuted, and appeal after appeal. The fight for justice for his victims is still going on today.
Which brings us right to the heart of the story, to this final, unsettling question that Bhagwat leaves us with. When someone commits this kind of calculated, methodical evil over and over again, what does justice even look like? What punishment could possibly fit a crime that monstrous? It's a question that both the movie and reality leave for us to think about.